Sometimes it's convenient to be able to pass named parameters into a function, and there's a facility for that in Python. Go ahead and make a working copy of functions.py. We'll call it functions-working.py, and we'll open that working copy, and here we have our little test function. Sometimes you might want to pass parameters to it and have them look like this. 1 equals 1, 2 equals 2, 4 equals 42. And so here you're actually passing named arguments, and the caller is naming them rather than the receiver. So these arguments are not named on the receiving end. And so these are specified with the 2 asterisks and very commonly called kwargs for keyword args, keyword arguments. And these are accessed like this. kwargs is actually a dictionary, and so I can say kwargs sub 1 like that, and kwargs sub 2, kwargs sub 4. And when I save this and run it, you'll see that we are getting those values here, 1, 2, and 42. These keyword arguments can be combined with normal positional arguments. So you can pass it 6 and 7 and 8, 9, and 10. And these can be named arguments, this, that, and other, and they can even be tuple arguments. And so what this will do is this will pass the named arguments. These first 3 will be this, that, and other. And then these here will be in this tuple. And then you have your named arguments. The only restriction is that they must actually be specified in this order. Your named arguments first, your arbitrary tuple arguments after that, and your keyword arguments after that. Other than that, there's no restriction on the number or even the type of all of these arguments. And so go ahead and take a look at all of those. We have this, that, and other. And we'll go ahead and look at the tuple all at once, like that. And we save this and run it. You see we have them all. There's 5, 6, and 7. There's our tuple, and there's our keyword arguments. Now the keyword arguments, of course, are optional, and the names of the keywords are not necessarily known by the receiver, just like with the tuple. Let's go ahead and get rid of all of this, and we'll look at the keyword arguments first. For k in kwargs, print k and kwargs sub k. So this will print 1 per line each of the keyword arguments. If I save this and run it, I have 4, 2, and 1, just like with any dictionary. And so if I change these up here, 3, and I have 17, and in fact, you see, we still have them. Of course, because it's a dictionary, it's going to come out in no particular order. But more often than not, you're going to use these keyword arguments for settings and flags and things like that, and you'll test for them in your function. You're not going to really be counting on the order in which they're presented. On the other hand, the tuple arguments will be presented in the order that they're passed because they're being passed as a tuple. And so if I say for n in args, print n, we'll save that and run it, then we get those actually in the order that they were passed. So that's how you can pass named arguments to a function. This is very commonly used for settings and flags and things like that. And also this is how you can combine them with the arbitrary tuple arguments and with your normal positional arguments.